I don't want to be the poster child for ADHD, but sometimes you are the chosen one. It's come to my attention that I am over myself. The amount of unfinished projects in this house is concerning. So I've decided to start tackling them one by one. This is a series called Unfinished Business, and it's where I'm finishing everything that I started and didn't complete. Also, I've been meaning to do a house tour for upwards of 5 years, but the reason why is I've never finished the house. So what am I gonna tour? All of my abandoned projects? You know what I mean? In order for me to shoot a house tour, I've got to finish the house. I know I'm not the only one that has housework to do that I haven't gotten around to, or I'm just too bored to do it. I know I'm not the only one with a chair full of laundry. That's clean, that just needs to be folded. I know that you have something going on. We are gonna body double to do all the things that we have not gotten done that are just collecting dust on our to-do list. Deep clean, declutter, fold the laundry, clean your camera roll, whatever you have been putting off, now is the time. We're doing it together. I've never cleaned like this in all of my time being here. Everything has a, or is getting one. Everything matches for the most part. I'm setting up the life that I want to live. Everything's out of every single cabinet, every drawer. I've been feeling overwhelmed about this room and I feel like this mess isn't helping. This is your invitation to do something that you've been putting off that would actually help your mental health in your life if you just did it. I also have this desire to just get rid of everything I own. I want everything out of every bin so I can see it, and then we're either gonna put it away in a place where it belongs or we're gonna throw it away. Now this has just turned into Swedish death cleaning. We are not around today. I spend all of my time in here and it is the most messy of any room. Well, I guess that makes sense. But what if it felt good? And what if I came in here and it was creative, which is what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a creative space, not an episode of Hoarders. This might be really embarrassing, but we're gonna go through all the things that I find that is funny to me, starting with this picture of Taylor Swift. This is not a right now problem. It's a in 15 minutes when I forget about it problem. Wow, how much better are we gonna feel when we do the things that we've been putting off for months? Everything having a place is my new kink. I do flowers every Sunday. These ones are no longer with us. A girl at a hotel pool told me about this. Haven't read it yet, but heard really great things about it from her. Unreasonable hospitality. Grout, tiles. I'm not gonna love that very shortly here. Actually, I hate it instantly. The most important thing about cleaning with ADHD is you have to set it up to where it makes sense for your flow in your brain. Like, even if it's clean, but you don't feel like you can operate and function easily and fluidly, that's dirty. Might as well just be a pigsty, which is generally what people with ADHD's workspaces look like. There was a saying that the director of the Netflix show would always repeat: the ruthless elimination of the inessential. So that is what we're doing right now. We are ruthlessly eliminating what is no longer essential. I'm not kidding with the ruthless. I want this to look like almost no one lives here. That's how clean I need this to be for my brain to function normally. Well, not normally, but efficiently. I'm bored. This is something I would recommend everyone have always on hand. This has saved me so many times when I have someone's birthday to go to and I just don't have time to go to the store. These ones are really cute because they just have an outline and it's not a card, it's just a postcard. Love that, left to right. What is this? This was a prototype for a bag I wanted to make, inspired by overalls. I will make this one day. So this is a tool belt that I would use on DIY projects. And I was like, oh, how cool would this be if this was inside a tote bag, so that I could put my pens, iPad, SD card. So this is the beginning of a prototype of something I'll probably make 5 years from now, knowing how fast I want to move. This is a steamer I got off TikTok that actually works pretty well. I really enjoy it. I bought that one because it was way better than this one. So 1 out, 1 in rule. Oh, my life is about to be so upgraded. I bought this at a thrift store because I was like, oh, how cute would it be if I sewed the sides and then made it a little clutch. Let's put it over here. This is the corner of things that I would love to get to, but might not ever in my lifetime. I bought this so many years ago, and this came in a pair. There's one downstairs in the green room. I call it the green room. It's really just a shelf, but I don't really have a place for it. but I think it's so pretty. So I just kind of carry it from room to room and look at it. The sun is going down and so is my energy. So you just look at all the things and just like, this is what I've done to myself. I did a project where I was thrifting a ton of frames. Can actually reuse this as wrapping paper. This is one of my favorite things to have. Always have a go-to gift bag. Save boxes, love it. When do we think that I'm gonna use a wax seal? I don't think ever, but this is cute.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Yeah, something is always going wrong. Who said that? Is cleaning just throwing things in different corners and dealing with them at a later time? Part of it. I like seeing what things could have been. I almost just want this tiny little part of it. Oh, you know what we have that we know exactly where it is because we found it and fixed it and put it in its place? Oh, it's not there. As if it was never there. Oh! I honestly didn't even know that this was in that. All of these books were in the cabinet for 2 years and I have never taken it out for inspiration. So somebody else can be inspired by that. This was a gift that's also in Spanish, which I don't speak. Gracias. I collect so many things from thrift stores that I just enjoyed the materials of. What else could I make? No. No. Get real. Oh wow, look at these initial drawings. My very first commercial design project is an artist wellness clubhouse called Fable. We had a bunch of pages from Fables and we turned those into a DIY wallpaper for the bathrooms. In the cafe, the feature wall is made completely from discarded, damaged, and repurposed books. One day I'll do a deep design dive, but here's a little peek for now. Initially, this was a production office next to a storage room. We joined the 2 rooms with a comb plaster arch. You see like the actual joint compound. This is the other side. There's this sitting, vibey lounge area. This was the library, cozy co-working setup. At the flea market, I found old film canisters, since this was a film production studio. I made collages for the artwork, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna use it again. So cool though. But I'm moving tomorrow. Oh, feels good to just make a decision and go for it. What are we gonna do with this? Nothing, most likely. Oh, I feel weird throwing it away though. At some point you have to be like, is it just better or are you just making something that should be in the trash a bowl? Now we're about to get into the personal stuff. I feel like it's all starting to come together. Everything that I thought was a mistake or a detour was all part of the plan. True. The amount of notes I write to myself. When I stop doing what I love, I stop loving what I'm doing. Things I don't want to deal with. This. Oh my God. This is a letter I wrote to my dad when I was dropping out of college so that I could pursue dance as a career instead of graphic design. I need to know that I'm not letting you down in any way and that you will always be proud of me and my success regardless of what field it happens to fall under. Where's the cute cabinet? I found this at a thrift store and I had an idea of making this out of wood and velvet as a little jewelry dish tray. So it'd be like a little art painter palette, but you could put your rings and earrings and stuff in it. Another thing I didn't make. We can do it. We're doing it. The fact that we're tired means that we've done something. Surely there's a better way to approach this, but now I'm just gonna take everything out of the shelves and one by one put things in where it makes sense. I only really use the bottom 2 for actual function and everything else is either occasional or reference or inspiration. But what I do want is to incorporate some of these old designs because I want to integrate all of my lives into one creative space. I want it to be pretty, but also actually usable for what I actually use it for. Oh, this has been there so long, they're one with the shelf. I've lived here for 7 years? Never once have I dusted this bookcase. Welcome to another day of being ruthless. Today we're gonna fill this out, but here's the thing. Now that this is clean for the first time in years, I'm like, do I just redo? Wait, not redo, but just refinish. This is actually a good life lesson. It looks nice on the internet, right? But when you take a close look, you start to see the things that you hide. And my favorite part, you think that I painted all of these, right? For sure, but only the ones you can see. So the question is, do I fix this now I think the answer is no, but at the same time, just so we can all be on the same page, whenever I do finish this room, all of the small little nicks that I've got to fix. This was old hardware that I just can't get off because I stripped the screw. These handles are just attached with some sticky tape, so they fall off. We're going little by little, and today we're just gonna fill the shelves. And whenever I fix that, and that, and that, and that, and that, then I'll fix the rest. It took me this long to get here, like we're doing okay. We don't have to do everything right now. We don't have to do the most at once. We can do a little bit now, a little bit then, a little bit then, and at some point, it will be done. I'm playing this game with myself that's like, how many cameras can I have at one time? AKA, how overwhelmed can I make myself? I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore, but I do 3 words that I want to have in my life, or how I want to feel. A lot of times when I'm designing, I start with how I want to feel. It's not what I want it to look like. Obviously, design is visual, but for me, as somebody who's really sensitive, it's so much more about how it feels. I want it to feel inspiring, motivating, and I want it to feel like anything can happen. And all of the things in order to execute that idea are right where I need them to be. Easy to reach, easy to put away, something that will set this up for it to stay like this. Tall ask? Perhaps. And my rules. Only what I need, be for real. I think those are the 2 rules that we have. Okay, so I guess let's start with some books. The thing about books is they're so pretty to look at, but a lot of them are just decorative. Have I looked at this once? No. Did I buy this just for the spine? Unfortunately. Oh, you don't realize how much one thing can just hold you back, because one thing accrues to 2 things and 3 things, and all of a sudden it looks like this. I'm just gonna disperse the books. I've always liked books that have handwritten, scrapbook, journaly elements. We should have an inspo shelf. Set up the space to be exactly what you need. Half of these books I'm like, just literally have never opened. You think I'm gonna like it because it's interior, so every time I see one, I just add to cart or buy it, and I'm just like, did I actually like this, and did I actually need this? I unfortunately don't. And now that I'm being ruthless, I don't even think I need that one. I just feel bad because I spent money on it, but that's not a reason to keep something. Yeah, I'm losing joy by having this. Woo! That? Not safe for work. That's hot. Okay, we'll keep this too. I'm bored. I don't even think I want anything anymore. Here's the thing. Am I ever gonna do the artist's way? I remember hearing somebody say the real artist's way is never finishing the artist's way, which I never have. Let's put it on my desk and see if anything changes. I love these because they make me feel inspired. Shows how a sketch like this can turn into that. I love seeing how things are made. Ooh, how this sausage is made. I need to know it all. And I like this one too because it's got a ton of quotes. There's a certain healthy and respectful, I don't give a shit attitude that starts to come over you as you get older. True. This can be a reminder every time I look at it. No idea is final, and art takes work. I like the idea of this. Liking the idea is not liking the thing, the place, the person, whatever it is. We don't need it. Ruthless! Everything needs to make me feel something. That? Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, so I am changing myself. What is this, the Bible? Styling any shelf or kind of anything ever is really like Sudoku. You just want to see things in grids and make sure nothing feels like it's repeated horizontally and vertically. Here's what we're gonna do. Just start putting shit places and we're gonna keep moving it until it's pretty. That's design in a nutshell. Literally trial and error. Another thing I like to do is start with my favorite things, my favorite pieces and decorations. I love this. Any type of trinket I like to do in a group of 3. Little triangle anywhere you can, just feels grounded and complete. And I like to overlap. So here's what I'm talking about Sudoku wise. We have a black object here. This is very similar. So I don't want to put it on this second row anywhere. Black, Black feels like something could be here. See how that grounds that? Oh, but now we have two heads on the same vertical. Red here, so maybe we can add some red over here, maybe over here. That white head is there, so maybe not on that one. The cool thing about some of these things is I can use them for actual purposes. I use pencils a lot. I also use Sharpies a lot. I had these placed up here because I thought it was cute and pretty, but look at all this real estate that I could be using for something that I actually touch a lot. I'm gonna add these to the markers. Love it! A little reminder. But I kind of like the idea of setting the tone, making it smell good and making it feel good. Set the intention for the day. Or not. Again, it's all trying it out. Try it out, see how you exist in it, then change it to support however you actually exist in the space. This I got at a thrift store and I love it. I feel worse than before. It's always worse in the middle. Everything is uglier and more chaotic before it gets better. I have to remember I'm moving tomorrow. Oh my God, we are actually getting somewhere. This is a kitchen towel. I will always keep large cuts of fabric around. I've used them to remat artwork. You don't think that the mat is gonna be really expensive. You think the frame is expensive, but actually mats are pricey. Oh, this would actually be great. I'm gonna need to get my sewing machine out. Just me making new projects for myself. Should we start another basket of things I should sew? Let's just put it with the sewing machine. Books under anything, always a good idea. The thing with that is now I feel like I'm in prison. Maybe all of this can be like, you know what? Maybe it's this. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe we don't need to have a reason. Yes, we do. Maybe we'll find the reason. All of this can be stored. Yeah, tuck it away so in 5 years I could do the same thing I'm doing right now. If I'm moving tomorrow, I really don't need this. Let's see how this goes. Ooh. How do we feel about this? Unclear at the moment, but please circle back. The game now, can I fit all these tiles in this tiny little thing? The question is not, can we make this work? The question is, how can we make this work? It's a good thing I don't use that often because that is stuck. Oh, I just broke this. No. But if we reframe, if we do an instant reframe instead of being upset, we could just fix it. And we know exactly where our super glue is because we cleaned. Sometimes it just be like that. Oh, and this is dried out. Okay, well maybe this is a bad day. Maybe everything is actually horrible. Ah, everything within arm's reach. This is dried glue. Learned my lesson and this no longer has desk privileges. Oh, we did it. We did it. We actually did almost all of it. I didn't say we were gonna finish the whole thing in one video. We're gonna do a little bit here and there, and then the unfinished business at some point will become finished business. Does that mean I have to finish this room, or should I half finish a different room? What would it be like to actually finish something? Guess you have to stay tuned to find out. It's just the very end is always the most boring, but that's okay. We're gonna do it together. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you the next time that I do. Bye.